Hello guys, and welcome to another show of BLONITY blockchain opportunities for everyone. I really ramped it up this weekend. Yeah, I'm making a mining video a day right now, but it's a lot of fun for me. It's all in my head, so it's not a lot of work. And yeah, I hope you enjoy it. Today we want to talk about Bitfarms, a Canadian mining company. Really interesting, in my opinion, very undervalued compared to the peer group. And let's go. Let's get into detail. Here you can see the Bitfarms chart on the weekly. So they went to Canada or to the Canadian Stock Exchange, the TSX Venture Exchange, in summer 2019. Before that, you were able to buy the stock on the Israeli Stock Exchange. Yeah, and then they went to Canada, and you were able to buy it, and it started at the first week at $4 Canadian dollars, and yeah, then it dropped to 28 Canadian dollar cents in October, 1 month ago, a little bit more than 1 month, and now we're at 70 Canadian dollar cents. So a nice rise here in the price. The volume is also rising, so it's gaining interest. But compared to Riot or the other big guys, it's very in the shadow right now. It's under the radar. So in my opinion, it's cheap, but no financial advice. That's for all my videos. Make always your own research. I mean, it's very risky to buy a Bitcoin mining stock, but it also has a huge potential. So the risk to the downside is, yeah, it can go to zero, but to the upside it can go 10 to 100x or maybe even more in the next 5 years. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. Let's go. They have mining centers. The current operations are in Farnham, St. Hyacinthe, Covansville, Magog, Sherbrooke 1 and 2. That's the biggest one. All in all, I think 65 megawatts in miners and 65% in 65 megawatts in miners and 69 megawatts included ventilation and infrastructure. Where are these mining centers? They're in Quebec, in Canada, close to the US border. I will show you. Yeah, they here is Sherbrooke, the biggest one. Here Sherbrooke, Magog, Covansville, Farnham, St. Hyacinthe. So I think it's only 50 kilometers the distance from here to here. So it's not far away. They with their the operational people, they can drive here very quick from one center to another. I think that's very good to run a lean operation here. Let's check out the company overview. So the homepage says we have 813 petahash and 56 megawatts. As I told you the videos before, homepages from Bitcoin miners are always not updated. I don't know why, but it's the case. Maybe they need more stuff. I think in the bull market they will have it, but their stuff is still from the bear market experience, so they keep it low until they have enough money. I can understand it. Okay, the leadership. I mean, the front guy here is Emi Grodzki from Argentina. He is now the interim CEO. They are searching for a new CEO now. But I think he's doing a really good job. The news in the last weeks and months are very good. So yeah, I like this team here. And I like the news about Bitfarms. They have always a good news flow. They are doing a lot. For example, in the last 2 or 3 weeks, they added 200 new generation miners, adding 144 petahash of computing power. They have a new CEO now, Mauro Ferrara. It sounds to me that he's also from South America, the background from South America. And what's very interesting, Bitfarms announced in October they have a huge lease agreement with BlockFills. They will provide hardware or miners, and Bitfarms is paying a lease fee each week, and they're setting a goal of 3 exahash by the end of 2021. If it wasn't Bitfarms, I wouldn't believe it, but it's Bitfarms. They are expanding really aggressively. I really like. I think they're, in my opinion, yeah, maybe Riot is also very aggressive, but Bitfarms is really delivering, and they have goals, and I think they're able. It's possible that they reach their goals because they do everything to grow and to expand very, very aggressively. Okay, so let's get into the news here of these news with the 3 exahash, and let's get into detail because that's why you're here, you to get the details. Yeah, first of all, they added in October 1,000 new generation miners, 72 petahash. And more interesting is they partnered with BlockFills, and they signed an LOE, a non-binding LOE, so it's not 100% safe, but yeah, we will see. For approximately 7,000 new generation miners. I think there's another update, so they expanded this LOE, but okay, that's okay. So it's for 12 to 15 million US dollars and 800 additional petahash. So yeah, that's a lot. They will pay 9.5% per year in fee for 24 months. I think that's okay. And here you can see the expansion plan. Yeah, here these the leases are completed here, and this is the additional capacity they hope to bring online in 2020. So in November and December, it's not much time left. So I hope they get the miners 4,000, another 2,000 in December. So their goal is to add 935 petahash in this year and sell replace the old mining equipment with new miners and get 70,000 new generation miners with 1.3 exahash of computational power at the end of this year, with an efficiency of 21.86 petahash per megawatt. So very good efficiency too. Yeah, and then they're talking about how the mining costs will decrease because of this. Yeah, that's very interesting. Very good news. As I said, they were aggressive in expansion plans. Then there are other good news from Bitfarms, in my opinion, and they signed a memorandum of, or announced the memorandum of understanding for 200 megamasts in South America. I mean, Emi Grodzki is from Argentina, and he talked in an interview about a lot about Argentina here. Yeah, we will study opportunities for low-cost electricity in Latin America and so on. So maybe it's in Argentina. We don't know 100%, but they were looking for a cheaper source than Canada, and they found 200 megawatt in South America for 2 US cents. 60 megawatts will be operationalized. Could be operationalized very fast because that's an existing power plant. I hope it's hydro or at least a renewable, but we will see. And yes, he says that the old miners, the Bitmain S9s, are very profitable when you have 2 cents per kilowatt. So if they replace their old miners with new miners, with the new generation miners, They have a lot of old miners, so they can sell them very cheap, or they ship them to South America and to set up a mining farm there. But it's just a memorandum of understanding. It's not safe, but for Bitfarms, I think is able to do this with this management team. Okay, so that's the news. Now let's check out a little bit the financial results here. I mean, we don't have Q3 right now. It's Q2, so we can go over there very fast about the financial numbers because yeah, Q2 was one of the worst quarters for miners. There was the Corona dump, and there was the Bitcoin halving and the really bad Bitcoin price there. So yeah, not the greatest numbers, but yeah, the Bitfarms has not a lot of cash in that in that quarter, or 1.3 million. It's okay, it's not much. Um, they have but a lot of non-current assets. They have big property and plant and equipment, so they have nice mining farms there. Altogether, 47 million US dollars, and yeah, they have debt. They have 24 million dollars in debt, or they have liabilities, not that debt. Sorry, they have 20. They have a 20 million loan, and all in all, 24 million liabilities. I will go into detail later. The revenues was 7.37 million US dollars. They mined 815 bitcoins in Q2. That was the biggest number, as I'm aware of all publicly traded miners in the world. I think Argo blockchain had 795 or something like this, but Bitfarms was the number one. Then they have the cost of revenues. Here they're higher than their revenue, but they include here the depreciation. Without depreciation, it would be positive. It would be a lot better. I don't know why they calculate the depreciation in here. In my opinion, gross profit should be without depreciation, but okay, they do it this way. The G&A expenses 1.3 million. It's okay. It's more than a million. I think Hut 8 is less than a million in the last quarter, but it's not that much. It's okay. So, and then they have the financial expenses, and yeah, in my opinion, that's a lot. They have a big loan there and a lot of interest to pay on this. I think it's 9.5 or 10% the rate per year. So yeah, that's a lot, and that's expensive. And that was the trouble for Bitfarms, I think, in the bear market, to have these kind of big lease costs for all the facilities and the land they leased, and um, to have the loans there. But in my opinion, we are switching now to bull market, and now this could be now seen as a good choice, because they have the most petahash right now online. And in my opinion, in the bear market, it's really important to focus on the costs. And there were other miners, they were better than Bitfarms to focus on really low cost. And in the bull market, and we see it switches very fast from bear market to bull market. In the bull market, the costs are less relevant. It's all about revenue. It's all about bring petahash online and make money, because the revenue will decouple from the hash rate and from the costs. And if you have a profit of 80%, or gross mining margin of 80 or 90%, you don't care. Is it 85 or 87 or 83%? It's a lot. So when Bitcoin goes crazy, you really need to ramp up your operation and bring petahash online. And that's why Bitfarms is very good in this, and that's why I like them so much. Okay. I forgot to show you my Excel sheet. Maybe we can go there first. They have the data centers, the 5 in Quebec. Their strategy is right now, as I'm aware of, is only selling, no accumulation. I hope they will turn to accumulation. They see themselves only as producer and to produce cash flow and sell at the price. They don't want to speculate at a higher Bitcoin price. But come on, we are at the start of a bull market. Next year we will, with a high probability, we will see a lot higher Bitcoin prices. So yeah, the coins you don't have to sell, store them and accumulate them because they will work for you. They have 4 cents in Quebec. It's very fixed in Quebec, the price with Hydro Quebec, the supplier there. There's no big volatility here. They have possible expansion in Quebec of more than 90 megawatts. I will show you where's the operation here. The pipeline in Sherbrooke, they have 3, 4 and 5, 6, 68 megawatts. Covansville 2, Saint-Hyacinthe 2, and Saint-Jean-sur-Richelieu, the only new location there. The other ones, they have mining centers here now, but they have additional capacity there. So, I mean, that's great. They have a lot of expansion here in Quebec and the possible expansion to South America. So I really like that. Okay. It's all hydro right now in Quebec. In South America, we don't know it yet. So, as I told you, the hash rate on the website is 800 petahash. That's old. I calculated 790, 133, 82, and 144. So that's 1,149 petahash right now. That's I'm not 100% sure, but that's my calculation now. It's an efficiency of 16.7 petahash per megawatt. That's pretty good. They want to get to more than 20 this year. The number of common shares is from end of June is 84.7 million. But because of their loan tranches, they have some agreements. So it's gonna be diluted a little bit in the next quarters. But yeah, maybe we can say 100 million. It's not exactly, but I don't care. It's a market cap of 50 million or 45 to 50 million US dollars. Or if you take the official number, it's 42, let's say 40 to 50 million US dollars market cap. So that's very cheap. I mean, compared to Riot Blockchain, Riot is right now at 300 million US dollars and has less than the half of hash rate right now operational. So you can see that Bitfarms is very undervalued. No one is talking about Bitfarms, and that's why we are interested in. Okay, forget the financial results here. I will do another video with the Q3 results in a few weeks. They have 815 Bitcoin stored, not stored, mined in this quarter. That was the biggest number I told you. The KPIs daily from today, with my calculation from Watermine, they mined 8.62 Bitcoins today with a revenue of 160,000, a gross profit of 94,000 US dollars, and a gross profit of 59%. Means in a month, a profit of 2.8 million. So in the quarter, the Q4 will look a lot better than the other ones. So let's go to the conspiracy theory from Riot. I included it here. Let's go crazy a little bit and dream a little bit. That Bitcoin goes to 200K at the end of next year, December 2021. The hash rate I calculate could be 300 exahash. We don't know it. I think it's going to be lower, but I want to be conservative because there is not enough hardware. There will not be enough hardware produced until the end of next year. That's my opinion. But yeah, Bitcoin surprises you often, so we will see. So the goal of Bitfarms is 3 exahash at the end of next year. I mean, that's a lot. I hope they will get the hardware to do this. Yeah, but let's estimate the coins per day with all the fees and other stuff. I think it could be more than 2,000, but let's calculate 1,800 at the peak of the hype phase. So the share of Bitfarms of the hash rate 3 divided with 300 is 1%. That would be 18 BTC, 3.6 million US dollars a day, and the operational costs would be at 150,000 US dollars. So that's why I say, okay, in the bull market, yeah, don't forget about them, but it's not that important in the bull market. It's very important in the bear market to have a lean operation and low cost, because otherwise you you go bankrupt in the bear market. So it's also insane potential here with Bitfarms. You can see it. I think that's why I like them. I mean, there are also a lot of risks. I will go with you through the financials and the M&A, and discuss it with you. We see the balance of June 30, 2020. The market cap was at 31 million US dollars. So very cheap. It's now more expensive. It was very cheap. Let's go to the cash flow from operating activities. What we can see here, they have a lot of depreciation and amortization because of the huge data centers. Yeah, that's what we can see here. And in my opinion, the cash, yeah, could be better. I hope it will improve in the next quarters. To have at least 2 million US dollars would be nice to have more liquidity here. Okay, let's go on with the financials. What is interesting, I will show you here. It's a lot of text. I will not read everything here, but there are a few data details we should check. Okay, first of all, here's Volta. It's a company of Bitfarms, and it's a electrician. These are the electrician guys. They build the mining centers, and they have their own company, so that's very good. They don't have to ask another company to do that for them. They have their own people. I think Bitfarms is one of. I think they could be the best in operational excellence. I have the personnel, they have the engineers, and yeah, they are really fast executors. If you check out the operation here, you can see it's very lean. It looks pretty nice to me. Very clean here, the ground. They have the walls. Looks for me very efficient, these miner walls. And they have these big ventilators here, so I think they're very good operators. Okay, so let's get back to the financials. What is important here? Let's go on. So yeah, they have a lot of equipment here. You can see what do they have in the electrical components and so on, buildings, leasings, vehicles. I mean, it's interesting if you have time, but a lot more interesting is here. That's what I was looking for. That's the balance of the miners. So at the end of June, so where's the total number? I think it's 29,000 miners. There was the total number, but I cannot find it now. Okay, I don't care. So they have a lot of old equipment, but right now it's still making profit. And they have new equipment, the next generation miners, we call it the Watts miner M20S, and the new leased one, which are not included here. And in this article here, they say they want only new generation miners with 1.3 exahash. And I calculated, and I think they mean these are the new generation miners, and the other Bitmain end miners, the new ones we can see here, the T15, T17, and S15 and S11. So the rest is the old equipment, the 16,000 Bitmain S9 and the InnoSilicons and the Canaan. It's only speculation, but I think it's more than 25,000 old miners, or they call them old miners, or not next generation miners. And this could be properly, these miners could be shipped to South America, to the facility there, if there is one in a few months. And because with the 2 cents of electricity, they can make a lot profit with these old generation miners here. So maybe that's the goal of Bitfarms. It's only speculation, but it's interesting. I think so. I hope this is gonna happen with South America. Okay, so they have long-term debt. They had 4 tranches from 2020, from 2019 of 5 million, so altogether 20 million. They started in March, April, June, and August. And now they modified 2 tranches. The March tranche is still, they have to pay back on March 5 million. So I think they're able to do this. The April tranche is delayed for November, and the dominant capital, the guys who gave the money, they want to have a few shares for this. I think 1 million shares or 1.6 million shares or something like this. Warrants. And so it's November, so they have March. Then there is a June tranche, which is convertible into stocks. They say here in this report for 59 cents, but there was a correction in the news, and it's 40 cents. So this conversion of 5 million US dollars into stocks of 40 cents would mean a dilution of 12.5 million stocks. I think this will happen because the price is above 40 cents, and I think the next 12 months it will not go down. So yeah, that's why I calculate with 100 million stocks right now, because there's some dilution from these loans here. But for me, it's okay. They need liquidity, and they are expanding aggressively, so they need the money, and they cannot pay it back in March or April, and then the bull run is starting and they have no money, so it's good. Okay. Oh, 27 minutes. I'm sorry. I have to hurry up. There's so much data about Bitfarms. I really like the balance here. What else is interesting? Here the number of shares, 84 million. The Bitcoins, 815 they mined with a fair value of 6,700 US dollars. So now we're at 18 or 19,000 US dollars. So times are changing very fast in Bitcoin. Okay, I think there was one other important thing I want to show you. Here you can see the loan extension and modification with the tranches, what they made here, and delayed, and yes, it's all here. It's not 59 US dollars per share, it's 40 cents now per share. So it's a little bit more dilution here. So the mining hardware lease agreement here with BlockFills. In August, the company entered into a 2-year lease agreement for approximately 1,769 of mining hardware. I think this is per miner. And here we can see the leasing fee, or the payment is $21 for 104 weeks. So it's a little bit more than $2,100 per miner. And they have an option to purchase it for $1 US after the 2 years. So in my opinion, it's a good deal. I mean, the cost per terahash is, if I calculate it right, is at $30 US. So it's more expensive when you lease it, because you have a interest of 9.5%. But yeah, you extend the payback, and that's okay for me. There's the MD&A. There's a lot to cover. I guess I will do it in the next video when the Q3 results are here. We go into detail here. There's also a lot of information. Yeah, I have to share that there was an article why debt may be in trouble. That was in the bear market, so I think that's not a problem anymore for Bitfarms. There's one other topic. The Sherbrooke's Bitfarms factory is still too noisy. Residents deplore since 2019 in Sherbrooke. They have complaints of the residents there, and the mayor is there, and they're now measuring how loud it is and how noisy it is. And there's still then a Bitfarms build a big wall and do some measures there to keep it to keep the sound low. But there are still complaints. In my opinion, this is not going to be a big problem in the future because Bitfarms will do everything to keep the noise down. And the mayor of Sherbrooke, I think, when he sees that Bitfarms has to pay millions in tax when they are making millions in profit, they will reach an agreement here. So, and if not, then they go to another mining location, maybe to South America, and mine for 2 cents. So they have the possibility here. Okay, today the mining stats are the hash rate is at 138 exahash. It's going still up after the China Sichuan dump here. It's going back up again. So yeah, that's always the case that the hash rate doesn't stay low forever. The reward per block, the fees are very low right now. Not huge fees here. The mining profitability is still rising, so pretty good for our miners here, for our profits. So now it doubled from the bear market lows. We're now from 7 cents to 14 cents per terahash per day. So very good for the miners. So the profits are not doubling, they're growing exponentially because in the bear market the profits are maybe zero or less than zero, and now they're millions. So yeah, that's a lot different. Have a fast look on the difficulty adjustment estimation. It will happen in seven or 8 days, and it will be 6 to 10% increase. So yes, the difficulty is increasing because the hash rate is increasing. I think that's clear. Means a little bit less bitcoins for our miners, but if the dollar price rises, that's no problem for us. So thank you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. It's a long video. Sorry for that. I really like to talk about these companies. Have a nice weekend, and we see you in the next one.